Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. Be sure to check me out over on Rumble. There you'll find all of my stuff from YouTube, plus my political and social commentary and weekly current events, which YouTube frowns on. Links to my Rumble channel, as well as my other YouTube channels, and links to let you order my books are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video. Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an unexplained artifacts video on the genetic disc. For those of you who have never heard of this, I had never heard of this before either until just last week. So I did a little bit of research and here we go. The genetic disc is a relic that should not exist but does. It may very well rewrite ancient history and the beginnings of humanity. Grab a quick drink of coffee. The disc is carved from lyddite. It is just over 10.5 inches across and weighs in at almost 2.5 pounds. The disc was originally discovered in Colombia by Professor Jamie, J-A-M-I-E, it's Jamie or Jaime Gutierrez. Pardon, I'm probably butchering that. But it was discovered in 1964. The disc is over 6,000 years old. Okay, 6,000 years old. Keep that number in mind. And also keep the lyddite in mind. We're going to talk about that. The carvings on the disc depict biological details of human growth from sperm. It includes, the male reproductive organs, the female reproductive organs, and it depicts the biological details of human growth from sperm to fertilization to the growing embryo to several sizes of the human fetus, etc., all the way to a final picture of a little child. Okay? The depictions include sperm without let me try to say this word right. Spermatozoids. And sperm with spermatozoids. So it's with and without the spermatozoids. Now, here's the kicker. Spermatozoids were not discovered until 1677. How did these people know to carve them 6,000 years ago? It doesn't make any sense. Most of the process of human life depicted on both sides of this disc are only observed today by doctors with specialized equipment. This equipment did not exist 6,000 years ago. Someone had access to microscopes and other such specialized equipment and had studied human reproductive biology 6,000 years ago. Aside from all that, 6,000 years ago, lyddite could only be found across the world from Colombia in the Indian Ocean, there in Malaysia. Yeah, so somebody traveled, that disc traveled away, so at least the lyddite did. We don't know who carved it, but the lyddite had to come from there. Also, 6,000 years ago, humans did not possess any tools capable of carving lyddite. Remember, 6,000 years ago is 4,000 years before Christ walked the earth. So 4,000 years before Jesus Christ walked the earth, somebody got this lyddite and either brought it to Colombia and carved it, or carved it and then brought it to Colombia. Either way, 4,000 years before Christ, this thing happened. Lyddite has a layered structure, and first contact with any cutting tool tends to shatter the mineral. We had no tool, human beings had no tools capable of carving this lyddite 6,000 years ago. It was not possible. So, we're left with a serious conundrum. Anthropology and archaeology says that 6,000 years ago, this disc was impossible to produce, and nobody had the medical knowledge to create the carvings and reliefs on the surface of the disc at that time. Yet, we know they did. Either mainstream science is lying to us again, or they're idiots. Or these primitive cultures had help. Or an advanced civilization existed that we are unaware of. Now, I talk about this guy's book a lot. His name is Michael Cremo, and he wrote a book called Forbidden Archaeology. anybody who's interested in these out of place artifacts, they're called OOPARTs, 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 out of place artifacts. Anybody who's interested in those, you've this book, Forbidden Archaeology, you have got to get it and read it. I have it over there on my bookshelf. I'm still trying to get through it. Now I'll warn you here. Michael Cremo is a scientist. He's technically an author because he wrote the book, but he's not it's not an easy read. It reads like a medical tech journal, like a medical journal of some kind. It uses a lot of terminology and stuff like that. So, and it's not meant as entertainment. It's meant as informative. It's like a documentary instead of a TV show. Okay? It's not a sitcom, it's a documentary, I'm just saying. However, the information contained in that book is prime. It is priceless. If you're interested in out of place artifacts and how ancient people did things, and nobody can explain how they did them, you've got to read this Forbidden Archaeology. The sheer number of archaeological and anthropological faux pas on the part of mainstream science is breathtakingly staggering. You won't believe it. In the first 2 chapters, my mind was blown just with the sheer number of cases. If you get the opportunity, check out the book Forbidden Archaeology. It's written by a man named Michael Cremo. This guy is a heck of a scientist, and he's calling out mainstream science for the shit that we know that they're screwing up on. At this point, with how many screw-ups they have, you have to wonder if it's not on purpose or not. That's all I'm saying. I hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all. UFOlogist, a scientific representative of a pacifist race called the Gandhiri, is sent away as an exchange officer. His objective, to learn the one skill his species never developed, to fight. And he's sent to learn that skill from the one species who does it better than any other in the galaxy, humans. If you like science fiction with an upbeat military tone, check out my novel, Vanguard 1.